Greetings, fellow investigators, and welcome to our video podcast, Into the Darkness, where my friends and I play the Call of Cthulhu role-playing game. I'm your host, Thom Raley. Tonight, we are playing a one-shot from Reckoning of the Dead. It's called Suicide Hour, and we've played it before. It was written by Matt Ryan and Noah Lloyd, and you can download it free from their website, reckoningofthedead.com. I am the Game Master, and this is version 5. So without any further delay, let's begin our journey into the darkness. New York winters can be cold and miserable. The date was February 8th, 1947, and the temperature had dipped to single digits. I've heard that it has been said that New York City is a catastrophe, but it's a beautiful catastrophe. And that a typical American is the one thing that you won't be able to find there. The police chief calls you into his office. Just got a call from dispatch. Weird homicide. The boys say it's a messy one. Get on over to 231 Pell Street in Chinatown and see if you can figure out what the hell happened. It takes you about 15 minutes to drive there. There are flashing lights and police barricades surrounding the entrance to a 3-story rundown tenement. A couple of the regular boys on the force are waiting outside. One of them, Officer Jones, is squatted down, fresh puke all down the front of his uniform. The other one, Officer Raley, says as you pass him by, "It's a real splatterhouse up there."
Put your hankies over your noses. It might be important.
Yeah.
All right. So you go inside. It's obviously that this place is barely occupied. Probably some sort of a drug den, mostly, partly abandoned, very run down. You start heading upstairs. And by the time you get to the second floor, you can start to smell some pretty nasty smells, feces and blood and vomit. You come up to the top landing on the third floor, and one of the other officers is standing there just shaking his head. And he says, brace yourselves. You open the door. It's a large room, one of a number of rooms that are attached. In the center of the room, there are 9 chairs that have been arranged in a circle. There are people sitting in the chairs. They are obviously dead. And as you approach, you realize that they are all disemboweled and their intestines have been pulled out and piled into the center of the room. So the center of the room has a great heap of intestines. There is garbage and litter on the floor, and it smells horrific.
Ugh.
God,
Poor
terrible.
bastards. Ooh.
What you guys like to do?
let's get on with it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Get to business. Sooner we figure this out, sooner we get the hell out of here.
I agree.
Are they tied up?
They aren't. At first glance, some of them look like they might be homeless people, but 2 of the bodies look like they are young men, and they are dressed rather nicely, except for the fact that there's blood and gore all over them.
These socialites
Start with
stick out.
those 2. Yeah, I'm going to start with the 2 that don't fit.
Okay. They look like they're maybe in their early 20s. What do you want to do? Realize you got to kind of step over the trails of guts that are hanging out. You're gonna,
Examine the bodies. Who are these people?
all right. So Officer Briggs, do a spot hidden as you are looking this body over.
Oh, that is a failure.
It's so gory. It's the one thing, at least at this point, that doesn't make much sense to you is this doesn't look like a homeless drug addict. This looks like maybe a college student.
The guy had money. This doesn't track.
The rest of these homeless guys do make a difference, I suppose. Maybe we should check them too, see if there's something common, huh?
Yeah. Well, other than the fact that they had all their guts ripped out.
Yeah, other than that, Baxter, help me with this body.
Yep.
And we move it
Gotcha,
out of the
Buster.
chair.
Do a spot hidden also. Go ahead, Gibby.
Did they look fresh or old?
Yeah, you'd say probably no more than a day.
Okay, then I'm gonna open the mouth of one of them and smell it to see if they've been like drinking or
Okay.
something like that.
Do a spot hidden then. A smell
Okay.
hidden. We need smell hidden.
Some people use listen for it.
Yeah. I'll say spot hidden. You're trying to spot something.
Ah, yes.
Okay.
Smell
How-
with your ears.
How did Baxter and
function.
Butler do? Buster do?
I got a 56. I didn't see nothing.
I'll spend 2
Okay.
to succeed.
I got a 27 under 45, so I say.
Yeah. What do you see, Bax?
So Baxter, as you're moving the body, something clinks on the floor, and you realize that the person had a like a kitchen knife in their hand. It's dripping with blood, but it suddenly dawns on you that did he do this to himself?
Hey, check their hands. Check all their hands.
Gibby, you're expecting foulness of some sort as you go to smell. You don't smell alcohol, but you would guess that it smells oddly like tea, like a good oolong tea or something.
What's this about their
Alright.
hands then, Baxter?
Well, this poor fellow had a knife.
Murder weapon?
Well, no, with the way it was pointed, it's like the poor bastard got it himself. I think we might be dealing with
Christ.
multiple
You think he did all these guys
suicides.
in, then he did himself in, or you think they all did this? to
I think they
themselves?
all did it to themselves. That's why I'm saying check their hands. If they all got knives, that's what happened.
Yeah.
Well-
Can we look around on the floor and see?
Yeah, there's lots and lots of garbage and crap
Mhm.
on the floor. You do find that they've all got knives. They're not all like from a set. One's, a steak knife, one's a pocket knife. But they're all bloody and they've all obviously used them. But they would have had to have cut themselves open and then taken their insides out and put them in the middle of the room and then went back and sat down.
Jesus Christ.
All right, Butter, you're.
I feel like that's a sanity roll.
Yeah, you can do a sanity
Like
roll.
Yeah.
I'm losing sanity. thinking
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah, I mean, jeez,
That's fast.
I'm good.
Nope.
I'd say, yeah, I mean, you guys are homicide detectives. So just one if you failed and none if you
Okay.
if you
If you
succeeded.
passed. Okay.
But it's right on the edge
Yeah.
of the worst thing that you've ever seen.
Yeah.
You all right, Buster? You all right?
I think I'll be all right. Ugh.
All right. If you need some air, go out into the hall.
It was that cap of coal. I step out into the hallway for a minute.
So in this
Give me-
room, other than the circle of chairs and garbage all over the floor, there is another room. Looks like it might be for a bathroom. There are a couple of old mattresses that don't have frames that have been piled in the corner. Other than that, there's no other furniture.
With the way these chairs are set up and the pile of or guts in the middle of the room, does this look ritualistic in any way?
Yeah, sure. It looks like it's a bizarre sort of thing. Baxter, another spot hidden as you're looking.
All right. 27 again.
Call him butter. He's on a roll.
Yeah. You just realized there are 10 chairs and only 9 bodies.
We're missing one.
Check the bathroom.
Yeah. That or the 10th one's the one who scooped up the organs. Probably orchestrated this whole thing.
But how? Gibby, what were you doing smelling that guy's mouth for?
I was seeing if he was drinking. He wasn't drinking, but smells like there's some tea on his breath. Think they've probably been doing some psychedelics or some crazy shit.
Well, you clearly wouldn't be in sound mind to, well, gut yourself. All right, I'll take a quick look in the bathroom, see if our 10th's in there.
So, Bax, when you go into the bathroom, it's filthy. You do notice a little folded up bundle of something lying on the floor. Looks like, drugs, heroin, or something like that. You don't know. It's actually hasn't been used. It's closed. But there's evidence of other papers and things around that would have held some sort of drug.
Yep, I think Gibby's onto something. Got a whole lot of empty paper envelopes and a little sealed up baggie.
It's actually just folded up paper. But yeah, it's obviously got something in it.
Yeah, I'll pick that up.
Okay.
Well, Harry, you're the brains. I'd say you'd know what this is more than I would.
Take a look at it.
Okay. You very carefully open it, and what you find is this. You find a pink powdery substance, and on the inside of the paper is this very strange looking Chinese dragon.
Looks like some kind of
We're
dragon.
in Chinatown. Is that we're in Chinatown? Is that the logo of a local restaurant or
Not anything that you recognize.
a business around here? Maybe one of the locals would be able to help us out.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
As you look at it, you
This
realize
pizza.
that it's odd because it has 3 eyes.
Hmm.
3. That's like,
Yeah, isn't 3 an unlucky number in
yeah.
some cultures over there?
Well, the third eye is like enlightenment, right?
Yeah, that's true too.
Open your third eye.
I think yeah, I don't know. I can't remember. 3's good luck or bad luck.
Yeah.
Could
Hey,
I,
Go ahead.
could
Gibby.
could I smell one of the used papers and see if it smells the same?
Sure. You're do a spot hidden on that. Let's see.
You know, Gibby, I'm starting to realize your investigative sense is very scent related. It's a very odd choice to focus on
And
smell.
follow your nose.
They,
Yes, it's a hard.
Right. So it could be, this could be the stuff that they've been ingesting, though you're wondering if you have to brew it or something to make it smell as strongly as it does. They must
So
have
what they
drank
go
it, except that you don't see any evidence of paper cups or anything like that.
It's like matcha powder.
Yeah.
So they stir this up like Nesquik, or
Yeah, seems
Exactly.
like it. I mean, if one of their breaths smelled like tea, maybe they
I'm
had
trying to
some
figure
before
out
they
what the
came
story
here.
is. Right? We've got two young college kids, maybe kids who come from money, obviously,
Yeah.
and a bunch of vagrants. What's
Well,
the
here's what
story
I'm
here?
thinking. Here's what I'm thinking. We got 10 chairs, 9 victims. All right.
Mm.
The 10th guy probably orchestrated this whole thing, probably drugged all these people with tea and whatever this pink powder is, brought them up here to do this multiple suicide murder thing for God knows what reason. And then he left after he thought it was done. And maybe this is only one part of whatever he's trying to do. Not too sure.
X, what if he's just the only one that got cold feet? Maybe it was a group effort. He's just the only one that chickened out.
I guess. But if he drank the same stuff the rest of the 9 did, why did his wear off faster?
Oh, yeah.
Tom, I have a pretty good occult. Could I try to make sense of this situation?
Sure.
Does it look familiar and any patterns? That is an 11, which is, I believe, a hard. No, that's an extreme.
Woo.
Nice.
Great job, Harry.
Well, in rituals, there are a number of weird suicide cult-like things, though you've never actually, I mean, they're in books that you really wouldn't believe that people ever did this. But the fact that their insides are pulled out and piled almost like an offering in the center of the room, it definitely has a very strong ritual-like thing. Of course, it's a ritual that you all die from,
Yes.
except that
Does
somebody
the number-
didn't. Somebody
yeah,
left.
does the number feel significant? 9?
9,
Something like
yeah,
that?
there's some religious overtones to 9 or 10. But there are religious overtones to almost all numbers of some sort.
Right. You can make connections to numbers if you try hard enough.
So,
Go ahead.
in regard to the chairs, do they look like they've been taken from around the place, or
Yeah, they're
Did
all
they-
different.
okay? So they brought their own chairs.
Or they were just abandoned here and they just gathered them
Okay.
together.
Why don't
None of them are in good shape.
did you say this was an abandoned tenement building or just a tenement building?
Well, it's mostly, it
Oh,
does
they got
look like
people living
it
here.
does look like homeless people live here, but it's not like somebody lives in such and such an apartment.
Got it. Okay. So it's not like
Right.
rented out. There's not residents. Okay.
Well, I think our next best lead is this 3-eyed dragon.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't need to.
community.
I was going to say we didn't need to knock on any doors, did we?
Well, even if we did, I don't know if anyone would answer, let alone answer questions.
Fair.
Do you guys want to do a more thorough search
Oh yeah,
of
we definitely
everything?
be looking.
Like I
Yeah,
say, there's
we-
lots of garbage and
we-
stuff. On
Yeah,
the
we'll
floor.
sweep
Yes.
this room top to
And
bottom.
also that pile of organs. Is there any reason we have to believe there's something buried underneath all those organs?
We're gonna have to bag them anyway, Buster.
Yikes.
Goes.
Well, you don't necessarily have to bag.
Yeah,
them,
I'd rather
but-
call in the forensics guys to do
Um,
that.
However, Buster, do a luck roll.
Ooh, 27.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's not bad.
Almost
You're-
the opposite.
you're kind of, the more you look at it, the more you think there might be something in the middle of that room that they've put their organs, their guts and liver.
Buster, I know that look. I know that
just-
look.
I point to the pile as I'm holding my hanky over my face. I have a low constitution. It makes sense that this stuff grosses them out. And I'm like, this shape, Bex, the shape of there's something underneath.
Go in the hall if you're gonna puke. Go in the hall.
We got to dig it out.
Ugh.
Good God, Cameron, get a hold of yourself. Step outside if you need to.
Sorry about him, Briggs. He's a little soft-stomached.
All right, I'll go
Jesus,
kick the
have a
pile
cigarette.
apart.
Go step outside. God.
Yeah, I'll help you out, Gibby. Buster may not be the sharpest tool in the shed, but if he's got a feeling about something, he's usually right.
Okay. So Gibby and Baxter go over to the pile of entrails, and without much effort, you reveal this.
Holy shit, what the hell is that?
Oh, like a
That-
rock.
An egg? Kind of looks like an egg.
What the hell is that? Yeah.
It's about the
Mm.
size of a pineapple.
Holy
Kind of
shit.
fought it with a pen.
It seems like a rock.
Mm.
Though you don't know what kind of rock.
Hang on, let me wash some of this goop off. Maybe if we get a better look at it.
Well,
And-
if in fact you wash it off, what you get is this.
Huh.
Almost looks like an avocado, but it's much bigger than that.
I was gonna say an egg.
And it's heavy, and it's cold, which doesn't make any sense at all. Do a spot hidden also while you are digging through all of that.
Through all the
20
viscera.
Yeah,
25.
it looks like the thing was sitting on a piece of paper. And you pick up the piece of paper, and it's got scribbles all over it. It looks like this.
Yeah, this is definitely a note.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
PDS, February 7th, 1947. Oh, melodious clouds and a splendid queen. The lowest of its primal, I think either state, tail, did land, encompassed round, and letting all that seen, I stood amazed, my toes upon the sand. A stroll made to blind a crooked path. Yeah, I think that's blind. Maybe blind.
I think it's
It's,
fine.
It's
Fine.
fine.
Oh yeah,
Bex.
fine. That makes sense. Find a crooked path to lead me long beneath the verdant canopy, while many eyes that watched were filled with wrath.
Wrath.
Yeah, wrath. And there upon my person did they see. And so the hunt began as yet unseen, but wings make sound in thickened air above. The writhing,
I think that's whirling Bex.
whirling, yeah. Shush, Buster, I'm reading. The whirling sound and all-seeing, the all-seeing sheen,
Effervescing.
effervescing sheen, not unlike the flap of a monstrous dove. And I was at I don't know what that says. As night fallen on that lonesome wood, the stars aligned did not any. I'm not very good at reading cursive.
Comfort show.
Thank you. Comfort show. Invisible the thing and
Odor.
an odor made
Rude.
Rude.
rude. Come closer and begged to follow where I would go.
Talk about
Looks like
confusing.
Looks like someone was practicing their abstract poetry.
Yeah, it is poetic.
Some of the lines were switched around as well.
Hmm.
What, like they reused one line in a different, but they worded it differently?
No, they had like an arrow going like.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that's true.
Oh, so it was supposed to be read another way than what they wrote? Hmm.
So how do you want to proceed?
Is there anything more of the scene that we can glean?
You've pretty much scoured the room. However, I'll give you one more luck roll.
Luck?
Yeah, do a luck roll.
Group luck?
My
My luck's 50.
Mine's
Just do a 50% roll.
Okay.
There you do.
I don't have
That
luck
is
on me.
74, so no.
Nope.
Mm.
Okay.
Let me roll luck real fast because there is none on my sheet.
Oh yeah. Make sure you guys have
3d6,
luck on the
3d6
sheet.
times 5. Yep.
3d6 times 5.
All right.
Well, I think our best lead is tracking down what this dragon symbol is.
Let's see, 2, 2, 2, 5.
Yeah, too.
So I got 45 points of luck. Yeah.
All right. So I'm sure that being in homicide and in this area, you guys know the local people who are involved in drugs. So
Probably at least one.
yeah, there is a Johnny Chin, who is usually referred to as Needles, who is in Chinatown, that has managed to elude any kind of drug connections directly, but you're pretty much, that he knows what's going on in the streets.
Well, I say before we leave here, we get the guys from forensics and evidence to haul this rock down to the station, see what they can figure out with it, and of course, people to clean the bodies.
Okay.
But after we get that all settled, I say we give Needles a call. Maybe he knows about this pink powder.
Fair enough. You might know the symbol as well. I don't know. Do you think the rock has something to do with all this too?
I mean, it was important enough to cover with guts, so more than
Yuck.
likely, yeah.
Weird looking rock as well.
Very weird looking.
Maybe we should see if we can make a call to get somebody to look at it.
Yeah, they can figure that out at the station once they get it in lockup. For now, we gotta find out whoever orchestrated this whole thing.
Harry, Gibby, you got wheels or you want to ride with us?
We got our own wheels.
All right. Well, come on, Buster. I'll get the engine running.
All right.
All right. Now, Needles, operates out of the back of the Red Dragon restaurant. Though getting in to see him is not always very easy.
Right.
Um,
Anyone got cash? Greasing palms never hurts.
Yeah, I got a little bit of an early pay. I can handle it.
I could smooth talk. Oh shit.
There goes the camera.
Yeah, see. Okay, it's back on.
Okay, there we go.
I can smooth talk my way in.
I'd give him a shot.
Yeah, go ahead, Gibby. It is your bread and butter.
So is Gibby going to go in alone?
I'm not
I'll
gonna
go
let
in
my
alone.
partner go in alone. Unless Gibby insists on it, I'm not gonna let him go in alone.
Yeah,
Come
I'd
on,
like to talk with Needles.
champ.
too.
I've seen how it goes down when you're not as smooth as you think you are. So
All right.
What
all
are you
right.
talking about?
All right then, Harry and Gibby, we'll let you go this one. We'll hang around. Yell if anything happens.
All right. So when you go into the Red Dragon restaurant, you always get a lot of looks. This is not exactly a touristy part of town, and there's a lot of there's locals that are in here, but you know that some of them are thugs, and you know that some of them are involved in crime in the city. The proprietor comes over to you, and he's wiping his hands on a towel, and he says, "Can I help you?"
Hey, looking good, buddy. We just want to see, Johnny Chen.
Oh, Mr. Chen, not here right now. Pardon my horrible accent that I just slipped into. I've got the picture in my mind.
It's all good.
Yes, he's not here right now.
Sure he's not
Flight of
here,
five across the
or
bar. You sure he's not here?
No, he doesn't want to see anyone. No.
oh, we're his friends from the NYPD.
You wait here. And he goes back into the kitchen. You're standing there for a few minutes. There are a lot of patrons that are just staring at you intimidatingly.
Are there any ladies in there?
Yeah, they're probably a little bit more lady of the night-ish.
I'll give him a wink.
Easy,
Okay.
champ. Easy. Here to
What?
the job.
They love me here. I can tell they love me here.
Well, Gibby,
Yeah,
it
is that what
definitely
you
more.
told Sally Peterson last week, huh? That was the charm you showed her?
Sally's stuck up.
Well, Gibby is certainly more horn dog than bloodhound. Give you that.
So after a minute, the door opens. He comes back out, and he says, what business do you have with him?"
We just want to find out some information about a certain symbol that we found on a murder case. We're not trying to bag anyone here. We're all friends, aren't we?
He looks rather sternly at you, and he's like, "You follow me."
Thank you.
So you go
Well-
through the kitchen and down a hallway, and you come to a spot where there is a rather large bouncer type standing there, and he opens the door, and you hear the proprietor say, "They said they just have questions," and Chen is sitting behind a desk, and he's let them come in. So you come in, and he's sitting there, and he's like, "Oh, detective, nice to see you again."
Mr. Chen.
Needles,
appreciate
you
your
look
time.
great.
What can I do for you?
Show him the paper, Gibby. Want to know, do you recognize this symbol?
I'll show
He
him the
glances
paper.
at it, and he says, "Never seen it before in my life."
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Come on.
What about this powder here?
I don't know what that is.
So you wouldn't mind if I just took it? It's nothing, right?
I don't care what you do with your spare time.
Listen,
Thought that one will
Mr.
work.
Chen. Listen. 9 bodies were found not too far from here in your town. And we have an open investigation here, and we're just looking for a little cooperation.
Dead bodies?
Dead bodies. A lot of them. Nasty.
If it came out that some bad stuff was going around the streets, made people rip their own guts out, then I'm sure that wouldn't be good for business.
Wow.
Very bad for business.
What they said.
Look, I don't know. I don't have anything to do with this.
Of course you don't. You're an upstanding proprietor in this marvelous city. Completely understand.
And it
But
looks
we
real
thought you
good.
might know. You might know. You have connections as a prominent businessman in your community. We thought you might know who we could talk to about this.
Well,
Um,
do a
more-
persuade roll on him, or an intimidate if you want.
Oh, not intimidate.
Could I do the persuade?
Can I do the intimidate?
Sure, if you're all there.
Oh, Gibby, yeah, you're the smooth talker.
Yeah, you're the smart
Well,
doctor, Gibby.
I'll spend 4 to succeed.
01?
I rolled an 08.
Ah, close. Close to an 01. But that's pretty good. That should be extreme.
Scary and persuasive.
So, how long have these bodies been there? When did this happen?
It'd been more than a day ago.
Look, I told you I don't have anything to do with this, but
I
I've
Didn't
heard
say you
about this thing going around. They're calling it the witching hour. Some people are calling it the suicide hour, but it's some sort of drug that if you take it right at midnight, you see things.
Why midnight?
I don't know. It's the stories that I hear, but I don't think that has anything to do with this. And he points at
The dragon.
the dragon and the drugs.
What's this dragon mean?
That's a little more difficult to explain. You know that we have connections to the old world, to our homes. Chinese medicine isn't the same as Western medicine. And we have apothecaries who are, they do old home remedies, and they're usually pretty old and not very hip and not into the modern ways of doing things. But there's an old fellow. He arrived, geez, I think he's been there probably for at least a year. His name is Yinglong Hao. But he's like 90 years old. And all he does is home remedies and things. I think that's tea. And it's just meant to help you sleep at night. It doesn't, I don't think it's got anything any more in it than just tea.
Well, do you think someone could have swiped Mr. Howe's tea and spiked it?
How could I know that? I mean, whatever it is, have it tested.
Do you know someone that might know that?
I mean, see, we don't want to exactly tell you where, Ying Long is, because, he's not exactly here legally.
We don't care about that. I don't care about that.
Yeah, we
here
ain't
cares about
immigration
that.
affairs.
We've got 9 bodies. We look the other way all the time with your lovely girls out front. I know what that's about. We look the other way with your shops and the business that you do on the side. We don't care about any of that. 9 dead bodies. That's what I care about.
It's going against my better judgment. I mean, you're free to go out there and talk to him. I wouldn't hassle him. He's those kind of people, they're a bit on the wizard side. They can do things that we don't know. That's why we respect them and keep and show them respect and go to them when we need something, to help.
It didn't come from you. It didn't come from you. Just give us a location.
He's not a seller. He doesn't sell these things, He just gives them away.
Well, listen, it's our only lead so far. Just lend us one last hand and we'll leave you be for the night. All right, needles.
All right. Well, I need your word that you ain't gonna hassle it.
Scouts on it.
All right. So he writes down an
Promise.
address. He writes
Big
down an
English?
address. Yeah, a little bit probably. Says that it's a warehouse on the down by the dock. It's an abandoned warehouse that he's living in.
All right. Well, thank you for your time tonight. Sorry to bug you.
Yeah, don't mention it. All right, so you guys leave. What do you want to do as you're leaving? Anything?
Say, Buster, want to grab some wonton for the road?
Hey, that's a hell of an idea.
All right.
Hey, I gotta tell you though, Bax, I just been thinking this whole time. Don't you think it's strange? We got a drawing of a dragon and we find an egg. And then he goes
What,
to
you
order
think
the
it's
wontons.
You think it's a dragon egg?
I'm just saying, I think there's a connection, Bax.
Buster, you gotta stop reading them fantasy books.
I like them. They're short. They got pictures.
Yeah.
Swear to God, Gibby, the people they pair us with sometimes.
So you guys can have a little bit of wonton. Now I'm hungry.
Hey, you can't solve too much crime on an empty stomach.
God,
That's
that
right.
sounds so good though. Chinese food.
Mhm.
I'd like you all to do spot hiddens then, if you're
Right.
if you're sitting there.
Nope. 58, no dice.
Jesus, 92
Oh, one.
now.
Oh my God, Bax.
Well, Bax is pretty sharp then. Bax, you notice that shortly thereafter, somebody comes from the back rooms, looks like one of the younger people that work in the restaurant, and he leaves. But he kind of, it's weird. You know your body language, that he was aware of you completely, though he never turned his eyes to even
Mhm.
glance in your direction, which looks even more suspicious than, you know, you're pretty sure that Johnny Chin's sending a message to somebody.
Baxter just reaches into his pocket and puts down the money for the wontons. Come on, Buster.
Yup. I grab my jacket off the back of the chair. We go.
And yeah, we're following that guy. And try to be quiet about it, Buster. I don't want this to be like last time we scared the perp.
Yeah, will do. I had cabbage earlier, so that was why, but I'm good today. It was all.
Well,
Which of the two of you has the lower luck?
me, I
pro-
only have 45.
Do a luck roll.
Come on, Dex.
45 exactly.
So as you leave and you go around the corner, you just catch the guy going down another, an alley and turning a corner.
That way.
How about Gibby and Harry?
What do you think, Gib? We go with them or we talk to this gentleman?
Oh, sorry. I was just looking at some of the. Never mind.
Yeah,
yeah,
the
maybe we should.
offerings. Yeah, let's stay and go.
The sumptuous banquet.
Come back on your own time. Come on.
All right, so you guys are following Baxter and Buster as they're
I'm trying to give them space because too many people crowding the scene is going to be
Sure.
obvious.
all right, so Baxter and Buster, you managed to follow this guy as he knows these back alleys pretty well. And he seems to be on the jogging, he's jogging it. You're heading towards the waterfront.
Send a warning to the old bastard.
I think he's going to Hudson and 113th. Way we cut him off.
Yeah, man. Here, you try that. I'll follow behind him.
All right. So we're
So,
gonna try and trap him in if we can, maybe.
so are you going to stop him from going?
Yeah, I think Buster's trying to find a branching path to try and cut him off.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys know your city pretty well. That's probably what the New York roll is for. All right, I'll say do a luck roll, see if you succeed. We'll have Buster do it this time.
All right.
36, baby.
Okay.
Under
Nice.
55.
So you guys end up with Baxter coming behind him and you, Buster, come from the side, and you get there just before him. Do you
Nice.
step out in front of him?
I want to tackle him into the garbage cans if I can.
Well, he's just a kid.
Yeah,
I'm-
don't rough him up.
All
Don't
right,
rough
all
him up.
right. I grab him by the lapel of his jacket.
And he's like, "Oh, what are you doing? What are you?"
He's
Hey.
a friend.
Yeah,
got a couple
I
of
hold him
questions
out.
for
You do the
you.
talking back.
Just got a couple of questions for you, friend. Nothing to worry about. So, pretty late for a nightly stroll to the waterfront, huh?
I'm not strolling. I'm delivering a message.
Yeah, I'm guessing Needle sent you ahead to meet our friend Mr. Howe, huh?
I don't know.
Is he lying?
Do a psychology roll.
Yeah, 51. I don't make that.
Okay. I mean, yeah, no, he's pretty blank,
Okay.
but he's got a piece of paper in his hand.
Don't play dumb with me, kid. I know how Needles operates.
Fork it over. Come on. Don't be a tough guy.
Here, take it.
Thank you.
It's all written in Chinese.
Yeah, what's it say, smart Alec?
I don't know Chinese.
Of course you
Yes.
don't.
By this time, Gibby and Harry, you can see this going on down the street.
All right, wise ass. All right.
Come on, you want to go charm the young man then, Gibby?
Sure.
All right.
Famous Segerson charm.
That's right.
Of course.
All right, Buster, let him go. I don't think we'll get much more out of the kid.
All right. I let him go with a jerk and he kind of fixes his jacket.
He straightens up and reaches out and snatches the note back from you.
Oh, hey.
Hey, we didn't say
I
you
never
could
said
have
you
that
could have
back,
this
smart
back.
guy.
Look, I'm just doing my job.
And
Yeah,
we're
you-
doing ours.
That's right. You can wait. You tell him
And
back.
I'll stuff the note in my pocket. I'll stuff the note in my coat.
Well, he looks at you like a
How much?
little kid that you've just stolen his bicycle, and he
How much
he-
did he pay you to deliver the note?
he
how
turns he doesn't answer your question, but he turns around and runs back the way that he came.
All right, say hello to Needles for us.
What'd you get off the kid?
There, we got a note written in Chinese. Anyone here read it?
I can't read Chinese.
Well, you're really not doing us any favors on the public relations front here.
You don't become.
Hey, don't worry about it, Bax. You're doing your best.
I know I am, Buster. I know I am. Well, someone down at the station probably can. But first, let's visit Mr. Howe. See if he has anything to do with this pink powder. I'm not thinking he does, or at least he ain't the perp, definitely. I mean, 90-year-old fella. Might be working with somebody, but I don't
Are
think
you
he's
guys
the main
going-
cause.
Are you guys going to continue walking down to the waterfront, or are you going to go back and get your car?
I think we should get the car.
Yeah, we'll get the
Yeah.
cause.
That's
Okay.
a good idea.
So you get back to your car, and there is a bleep from your police radio. We'll assume that we have police radios. I don't know if we have police radios, and I do get a police radio.
Okay.
There's a bleep on it.
Hang on. This is Detective McDougal. What do you got for me?
Hey, the police sergeant, he's got some information for you.
You need us down at the station?
No. I can tell you, they pulled in the bodies, Those two young guys, we don't know who one of them is, but one of them is James Dwyer, the mayor's son.
The mayor's son?
Yeah.
Shit.
So Saj is saying you guys have to solve this and solve
All
it
right.
quick.
We're doing our best. Say, have someone run down here to the Red Dragon. We got a note that needs translating.
We don't have a translator.
Anyone who
I'll
reads
see what I can do. You'll
Chinese?
have to bring it back to the precinct office. We'll see if we can get somebody to translate it.
All right, we're gonna speak with one suspect, then we'll head down. All right. Just have
You
me a
just go
guy who
into-
can read Chinese.
Why don't we just go into one of the shops and ask them to read it?
That's a great idea, Gibby.
Yeah, for once, Gibby, that's not too bad an idea.
For once.
All right, this is McDougal signing off.
All right. So you want to go into one of the shops.
I'm gonna go look. Old person. Ah, here we go.
Nice.
Okay. Oh, what can we do for you? You know, I don't know. We'll say it's a lamp shop.
We got a note from a friend of ours, but he wrote it in Chinese. We've been trying to study, but we're having some trouble. Would you help us translate it?
You hand it to him and he looks at it. He looks at it for a second and then he suddenly looks back at you.
Oh, shoot. We
And-
didn't anticipate that.
And he says, I don't know what this is all about.
Well, what does it say?
It just says the police are coming.
Ah, all right. Figured it was.
Are you cops? I don't have anything. My business is
easy,
completely
easy.
legitimate.
Let's
Easy,
just go.
friend.
Let's go. Let's
Yeah.
stop worrying. Let's.
Yeah.
Well, thanks. Thanks for your time.
Right.
Well,
So
you
you-
called it.
you've got your cars, and you drive
to the
down closer to
warehouse.
the warehouse. All right. So you arrive at the warehouse. It's just a plain, ugly, kind of off yellow paint job. Paint's peeling off of it. There is a steel door, and there is also a steel, big, gigantic raised door. There is a light bulb above the steel door, and there are no windows. Well, there might be windows way up high going all the way around. Other than that, it's just a big, gigantic cube of steel.
All right.
And whatever the number was that's on the side of it.
All right, we get out and go meet up with Harry and Gibby outside their car.
Okay.
So what's the plan?
Well, I highly
good
doubt
question.
the door is
This
going to
is-
be unlocked.
Hey, what they say, squatting here, right? It's not even.
Yeah.
Probably not expecting people to just knock on his front door.
So element of surprise sort of thing, or
Well,
He's a 90-year-old man. Don't want to give him a heart attack.
okay,
that's-
that's a good
that's
point.
true. But we can't exactly go shouting, "It's police! Open up!"
I mean,
I-
but we
Trust me,
are.
I think they're gonna know. I think he's gonna know we're police.
Yeah,
Baxter.
probably.
All right.
Well,
Do we
if
check
he
for
doesn't-
entrances first? Check the back, check the sides, see different ways in, or
You don't see any other way in.
okay.
Yeah, I say just go front,
Yeah.
knock on the door, play nice.
Yeah.
All right, Harry.
don't
We'll let you
open-
and Gibby take the front seat on this one. Let
And
the
if he
smooth
don't
talker.
open the door, I can try getting in one of them windows.
Yeah,
Bit too high.
yeah. I'll let
There's nothing
Gibby.
to
You
climb
can take the
on.
lead on this.
All right.
Okay.
So Gibby, what do you do?
I'll just go up to the small door and walk in.
No, it's closed door.
Is it locked?
Did you try the handle?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's locked.
Wait, do I
But
have
however, surprisingly, a split second after you jiggle that doorknob, the door opens and this Chinese man in a suit who looks like he's 6.5 feet tall and muscular like a circus bodybuilder, opens up the door, looks you right in the eye and goes, doesn't say
So
anything.
you're not the 90-year-old man, are you? As a joke, you know. Anyway, we're here to see Mr. Howe about a certain thing, and yeah.
He just stands there staring at you for a minute.
Have you ever seen this?
He opens up the door and moves for you guys to sort of get inside.
All right.
Real smooth, Gibby.
We're in, aren't we?
It did work.
All right, so you step inside. It's a fairly large warehouse. It is almost completely empty. There are some very large spools of what look like copper wire, kind of in the back, just laying on their sides. And then across the warehouse, to the left, to the all the way to the other side, there is one of those platforms. So the office would be on this platform. There's a scaffolding. There's a way to, climb up some rickety-looking iron stairs to get to it. That seems to be, just like you'd expect to see in a warehouse. And you can see that there are some lights on. So once he opens the door and closes it with a clang right behind you, he just starts walking towards the stairs going to the second level and kind of expects you to follow him. All right. So you walk across this empty warehouse, and the sound of your shoes clicking, on the cement makes a surprisingly loud noise, because there's just echoes in here. You get to the stairs. He goes up. He gets to the top, and he opens up the door, and once again motions for you to go inside. This room is an office. It doesn't look like they've been doing any work for a while. There are some filing cabinets. There are some desks. There are chairs to sit in. And there is another door leading out of it. That door has, it doesn't have a door. It has cloth hanging down. And he just points at some chairs in the room and then heads towards that.
And before Baxter sits, he just kind of goes over to Buster and whispers, "If things go south, we're shooting first."
You got him, boss.
And I haven't seen a guy that quiet since Calvin Coolidge was president.
So after a few moments, obviously the bodyguard comes back out and walks past you towards the door and then stands at the door like this. And a second after that, a very diminutive, little old, shriveled up 90-year-old man in Chinese robes. He comes out, and as he comes out, he's got a big smile on his face, and he says, "Don't mind Feng Feng. He's just here to protect me. They all think I need protecting at my age."
That's very nice to meet you, sir. I give him a little bow, handshake thing.
He said that you were looking for some tea.
Yes, this to be specific. And Baxter kind of slides the paper forward.
Yes. That's one of my special blends. It helps to sleep, helps to put you to sleep at night, gives you peaceful dreams.
What's with the three-eyed dragon on the paper?
Oh, it's an old symbol.
What's it mean?
It's it is the dreaming dragon. Um, old Chinese mythology. Now,
Well,
did you all come because you want some of this? I give it away for free.
no, we aren't in the market for any. I don't mean to alarm you, Mr. Howe, but this was found at a, well, I suppose now it's a, scene of a suicide.
Oh,
9 total victims. Guts ripped out, spilled in the middle of the room,
my.
surrounding a large stone.
It sounds horrible.
We found multiple packets of this stuff. This was the only one left untouched. We think
Why?
someone might have used your tea to drug the victims into
Well, no,
some kind of
it's not
hypnosis.
drugs. It's just tea.
I'm
Wasn't
saying
any.
they
There
may have
wasn't.
you.
Okay.
Sorry, you
Go
go
ahead.
ahead. They may have used your tea as a catalyst. You know, they brewed up your tea and then spiked it with their drugs.
Well, surely I don't have anything to do with that then.
Well, of course. I was just wondering if maybe someone a little out of the ordinary has come asking for this kind of tea. Someone
I give it away
suspicious?
to a lot of people. I've got people who come for this, mostly Chinese, but occasionally, people such as yourselves.
Can we roll psychology? See what the
Sure.
vibe is here. That I will spin the luck to make that a success.
Okay. He's very carefully choosing his words. You don't think that he's overtly lying to you, but he might be protecting his clientele.
I'm
like
gonna give
like a doctor.
I'm gonna give you guys the look. We've all worked together.
Well, Mr. Howe, I understand that clients are very important. People keep coming back for more. I understand. But if there's someone out there using your product to, well, make people kill themselves, that's not necessarily good for business now, would it?
There's nothing I can do. I can't, control who drinks my tea.
But you do know who takes it.
What do you know about the suicide hour?
It's old Chinese myth about midnight being the time when the spirits are most active. But I think you Europeans have that same sort of mythology.
Yeah. Well, maybe it's unrelated, but what was that guy's name again? Needles mentioned it to us in relation to this.
Oh, Johnny Chin sent you.
No, we showed it to him.
Well, I wish that I could help you, but I'm not sure what I can do.
Was there anyone who was a little off to you when they came for their latest batch of tea? Any odd behaviors, nervous glances, the shakes?
Excuse me for a minute, Fang Fang. And Fang Fang comes over to him and he says, excuse me for a moment. And he goes back through the curtains into his room. You guys want to do? You guys are alone for.
Is the big guy okay? The big guy went with him.
Big guy went with him.
I don't like this.
Like this.
He's covering
He
up for
knows
somebody.
something. He knows.
You want I should lean on the big guy? What do you think?
How big is the big guy in comparison to Buster?
Buster's pretty big.
Okay.
Buster's
Well,
the
like-
tough detective.
Like I don't know.
Okay.
Like if we want to throw our weight around, it's the mayor's kids that
Like I
right.
told, like I
this
told
guy's
Buster.
running this is not a legal operation. I could tell you that.
Yeah, Harry, you're right.
The,
like the
the
mayor
US
be on
legal
our side.
system does not appreciate this kind of thing. We can make this man's
Yeah.
life very difficult for him if we wanted to, if we want to go that route.
Yeah, you should
Well,
tell him
like-
that. You said that really well.
Well, like I told Buster on the way in. If things go south, we shoot first.
Is there a possibility that we could like listen to what's going on in the next room?
Sure, it's just a cloth.
Okay, I'm gonna go
separated
listen
rooms.
to see what's going. If he's like trying to cast a deadly spell on us.
I
Do
like
a
that.
do a listen roll.
All right. 35. Listen. Yeah, pass.
Okay. You get close to the door. You bring your ear close to the well, it's not a door, sorry, the curtain, and you listen. You stand there for a second listening. You don't hear a damn thing.
I look at Gibby. What do you hear?
I mean,
go.
like nothing.
They're not there. They're gone.
I'm gonna go whoop, take a peek.
All right.
They're not there.
Okay, I'm going through.
Yeah, as soon
Son
as
of a bitch,
Gibby
they gave
goes
us the
through,
slip.
Baxter's gonna stand up, unholster his gun. Son
So
of a
when
bitch.
you step through the door, I mean, it's kind of decked out to be kind of pleasant for a Chinese person. But there are 3 beds, and there is the smell of incense in the air. But there's no way out of this room.
The hell did they go?
I'm gonna, as the nosy detective, I'm gonna follow my nose to see where the incense smell is coming from.
Yeah, there's a statue of one of the Chinese gods, statues of Buddha, the kind of thing you'd expect to see. There's a little bit of incense was being burned in front of it. The one bed looks like it's obviously maybe his bed because it's a little fancier. One of these would probably be for Feng Feng. You don't know what the other one would be for. You didn't see a third person.
So there's the
Start
old
looking through his
guy's
stuff.
bed. There's Jumbo's. Who the hell's number 3?
Yeah,
I
I
don't
don't know.
know.
I'm gonna start looking through this guy's stuff. See if we can find
Goldilocks. Maybe we flip it over and take a look. Maybe
So-
it's not a bed at all. Maybe it's what do you call them beds you pull down from the wall? Your mom had one at the house. What
A
do you call
Murphy
that?
bed?
That's it. The Murphy
Yeah.
bed.
Yeah. You don't see, there's no Murphy bed. It's
Yeah.
the walls are made out of steel.
Well, I will say we flip it over, see if there's anything under it.
Okay. You flip it out, you look underneath it. You do find at least under his bed, you find like an envelope with some money in it. Not a lot. The room itself, there are a few things that look like paperwork that are all written in Chinese. There are quite a few jars on a shelf in the room that are all labeled in Chinese. But nothing sinister looking. There's no gun. There's nothing like that.
Is there a jar filled with more of the pink powder?
If you look through the jars, you see that each one is different. It's got different things in it, and they look like herbs and spices. But you don't find exactly that pink stuff.
Is there anything on the roof, like a ladder?
There's not. And what's interesting is that the roof of the structure you're in is still inside the warehouse. So these are obviously
just-
separate buildings that were built inside the warehouse for office space.
They just
Hmm.
up and
No
vanished.
windows, nothing like that.
There's like a small window that lets light in, but not much more than that. Not
There's no
something
way
I'm
you
gonna
can
look
shut
out. I'm
off.
gonna assume they
Through
jump. That would
that.
probably be my first assumption. So now I'm looking out the window.
All right. You look out the window, but you don't see anybody.
Yeah, Harry, good idea, but there's no way that Jumbo could fit through a hole that small.
Maybe they're still here.
Maybe, but where could they hide?
We got a trap door.
Maybe.
Harry, do a spot hidden for me one last time while you're in here.
I will spend the luck to pass.
Okay. You do find what looks like a little notebook or ledger. It's written in Chinese, but you see 11:30 p.m. and you see the initials PDS.
Whoa.
That was
Yes,
on the
that was
note.
from that note you found. back
PDS, that was on the poetry note.
there. PDS.
That's our perp. PDS.
The hell is PDS?
30 minutes before that suicide hour, too.
What was the mayor's name?
I was about to say, does that
The mayor is
Lewis?
William Dreyer. His son was James.
Yeah, that's not
Okay, it's not.
PDS.
well, we never did get ID on those people, well, aside from the mayor's son, maybe one of them.
Yeah, they did say they couldn't figure out who the second nicely dressed one was.
Maybe.
But I'm guessing this PDS is our missing number 10. The ringleader behind it all. Where the hell did he go?
Not much to go on.
Hmm. Well, it's obvious he's operating here in Chinatown.
Hmm.
What time is it now? Maybe he'll try to do it again.
You were called in the morning, so it's still probably before lunch. Well, you guys
Okay.
did eat some lunch, so we'll say it's 1 o'clock.
Okay.
All right. Well, I say we run down to the station. Maybe this PDS has some misdemeanors on his belt. Maybe we got a record on him.
Hey, Tom, could we get that handout again? I'm assuming we still have it. I just want to
Yeah, the
Sure.
poetry
see it
note.
myself. Yeah.
If we figure out where all the lines lead, maybe we can read it in the correct order.
PDS. Damn, that's gonna bother me.
Hmm.
Actually, take a little break because
Oh.
I hear my husband coming home, so I'm going to close my door.
2 minutes later.
So, what's your next move? Do you have a next move?
Well, we could head down to the precinct and look for this PDS and see if he has anything else under his belt.
See if they can analyze this powder.
Yeah, and while we're there, we'll see if they found anything out about that rock.
That's a good idea.
All right. So you head on back down to the precinct. The rock is baffling. They can't seem to analyze what it's made out of. It looks like one guy calls it an art project. It's got to be some sort of weird art project. They wanted to see if they could sort of flake some of the paint off of it that was used and realize that it's not paint, that it is
What is it?
actually that color.
Mm.
And it's oddly cold. It's colder
Still?
than the ambient temperature around it. Yeah.
That is weird.
Oh god, you don't think they use the guts to try to keep it warm, do you? Ugh.
Not really an idea I want to entertain, Baxter.
I mean,
That's
that
the-
implies that the egg is an egg, right? You gotta keep an egg warm.
Well, I don't see any other reason why they'd pile up all the guts on it.
It's the same reason you eat the skin of Christ at church. It's symbolism.
Yeah, symbolism, schmimbulism. When it comes to this kind of stuff, there ain't no such thing as coincidences. It's just some artsy psychos trying to, I don't know, send a message or something.
So, going by the initials PDS, going by that thing, that piece of paper, what sort of inquiries do you want to make? I mean, obviously, there's going to be tons of people with those initials.
I
Specifically in
think-
Chinatown, that might
Yeah, we're
narrow
looking
it
for an
down a little
individual in
bit.
Chinatown,
With a record.
probably with a
Yeah.
with a record.
Well, we could ask the mayor who his son has been hanging out with. Maybe that's a little bit
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Good idea.
Sarge says you guys let him deal with that because that's a really delicate situation.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
all
what I
right.
was thinking.
All right, Sarge.
They know that the other young man that was with James was his best friend.
Not PDS.
No, not a PDS either.
Okay.
The other homeless people, some have been identified, some haven't, but they all seem to have been pretty much taken off the street, and be the kind of people that you would expect to, be on drugs, dying in some room somewhere. But there doesn't seem they've analyzed your powder, and the powder does seem to be mostly tea. And there are other herbs and things that they can't identify, and they do think that they're probably Chinese herbs, things that we've never even heard of over here.
Mhm.
But no drugs.
Do they still have the powder?
Sure, yeah. I mean, maybe you gave them some of it so that they could analyze.
Yeah,
it.
we would have had
Gibby,
to
if
give him some.
you're entertaining the idea that we take this stuff,
Who dares wins.
who dares ends up dead, Gibby.
They said it was nothing.
Well, nothing doesn't make you carve out your own guts and put them on a rock.
Look,
I mean, if you want to try it, be my guest. It's your own funeral.
Keep the knives away from him.
just make sure I don't do anything crazy.
Well, apparently
it'll
for
be
it to work,
fine.
you got to take it at midnight, so you got 11 hours to burn.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm inclined to disagree with you just a little there, Bax. Shouldn't we try it not at midnight to see if there's something, inherent or something? Then we try it at midnight if there's nothing to it.
All right. Yeah, I see the logic in that. All right, Gibby, let's make us a cup of tea.
All right, I'll go over to the coffee machine and try to put it in the coffee filter and make some tea out of it.
Oh, yeah.
Can I do that? Can I make a
Oh.
tea out of it?
Sure. Yeah, you mix it with water. The water turns kind of rosy colored.
11:30.
Don't use
PDS,
all
is
of
that
it.
that's not like one of those, how they have doctors use like shorthand for like type of medicine, how you take
Mhm.
it, that kind of thing. Could PDS
Sure.
be something like that?
Primary.
11:30 PDS.
PDS. Well, if it was in a ledger,
Oh.
it's got to be an alias, a name.
Do you
Maybe it's
drink the
like
tea?
a
I'll
point.
drink it. I'm drinking it.
PDS.
Bottoms up.
All right, eyes on him.
It's pretty bitter. The tea, pretty strong. Some weird overtones, like the back of your tongue kind of feels pasty after you drink it. After 5 minutes, you just kind of feel relaxed, but you don't feel groggy or disoriented or anything like that.
How you doing, Gibby?
Feeling stabby?
Chilled out, man.
Yeah.
Oh God, it made him worse.
Look, what if 11:30? What if that was some kind of like appointment? Like he was supposed to meet PDS or something at 11:30.
I
Well,
think
if
that's when
the-
PDS came in for the stuff. Because remember, going all the way from the waterfront to that tenant is a bit of a walk. If he had to do it by 12, he probably got there around 11:30, got his stuff, and left.
Mm.
Well, I guess if we have a little bit of the powder left, we'll try and see if it does anything weird at midnight. I don't like the plan, but
It's a
unless we find
terrible
this
plan.
PDS, it's the only thing we got.
Right. So in the interim, I mean, are you just going to sit around all day, or
No,
Oh,
we should
no,
try
we're
to figure out who
looking for
PDS
PDS.
is.
okay? So what
Maybe
sort of
stop back at the warehouse. See if the old man made it back.
A good idea.
Okay. All right. So you're going to drive back over there. It takes you 5-10 minutes to get back over to the warehouse. It's the same as you left it. It is just a big cube of steel with the door closed. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna check to see if the door is locked again.
It is locked. And the second you try the door, you hear it unlatch and it opens. And once again, Fang Fang is standing there. He looks at you and he goes, and then slams the door closed.
Can I stick my foot in the door?
You can try. Do a dex roll.
Ay, my best skill. 25. That still might not pass. It probably does. 50. Okay, yeah. So 25 is actually a hard success.
Hard. All right. So you stick your foot in there very quickly, and rather than sort of react to it, Fang Fang looks you in the eye, looks down at your foot, and then looks back at you. It gives you this sort of look like, come on, what are you gonna do?
Easy, Jumbo.
Knuckle sandwich. I'm just gonna knuckle sandwich him right in the face.
All right, I
Alright.
guess
What?
we're doing this.
All right.
Harry,
That was the perfect setup for a knuckle sandwich.
Let's go back to the car, Harry.
Yeah, we'll deal with this. I guess
This
I'll
is
deal with
fucking
this.
ridiculous.
So go ahead and do a brawl.
Either way, it's gonna get us some answers. He was just gonna shut us out.
Wasn't expecting a scrap today.
All right, a 60. That actually does not succeed.
Okay. He got a 16 on his
Ooh.
return. So your fist comes. He sort of just moves his head out of the way, grabs a hold of your wrist, grabs you under the arm, and shoves you out the door. At which point
Okay.
you fly back. I'll just have you do 1 point of hit point damage.
Okay.
And then he
All right.
slams the door.
Yeah,
5
well.
points of embarrassment damage.
Good one, Buster.
Hey, I didn't see anybody else making any moves to get information backs.
Well, maybe if we talked and used our words, instead of our fists.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw Magilla Gorilla slamming the door in our faces before I stuck my cloud hopper inside.
Sometimes I wonder why I partnered up with you after the Academy, Buster.
Chief didn't give you a choice, remember?
Right.
I put my arm around him.
I'm gonna pull out my pistol and I'm gonna see if I can shoot the lock.
All right. Understand the risks that it is a steel door.
True, I don't want to deal with
You
Ricochet.
could get ricochet, but you can try it if you want.
I could pick the lock.
Or we could go elsewhere. We are clearly not wanted around here.
And that's
and try to
exactly
find our
why we should
answers.
go in. Hal knows something about this PDS character. Hell, he might even be the third bed.
We're
Who
going to take this
knows?
guy to court after we've illegally entered a domicile. You want to explain that one to the chief?
No, we ain't taking him to
Exactly.
court if he's directly connected to the orchestrator of a multi-suicide. He's going straight to the slammer.
Well, technically, if he's not a legal citizen, he doesn't have any rights.
That's true too.
But come on, let's be civilized here.
We are being
Civilized
civilized.
by-
I ain't shooting his lock.
By picking the
Go on,
man's
Gibby.
door open?
No, I'm not gonna pick it. That's horrible.
We need to figure out who PDS is, and I am 100% sure the old man is not going to tell us who or what.
Yeah, he's 90. You see him, he's just an old guy.
Maybe we got a lead that's
An
a
old
little
guy
less
who can
dangerous.
cast deadly spells, apparently, Gibby.
Well, we saved
He
the
didn't
dangerous.
cast a spell on us. He went
What are you
invisible.
thinking then, Cameron? You said it's, what's the lead you're thinking?
So, you said midnight, right, Bex?
Mm-hmm.
The
Midnight.
note says 11:30.
11:30.
PDS is a third bed.
Pink dust something.
There was an appointment.
But the PDS was in the note too. What was that about?
It might be the guy's initials. Well, maybe not initials. But it might stand for something. PDS.
It's that bed, that empty bed. Something's not right about that empty bed.
Yeah, like I said,
It's a
maybe our
bed.
PDS is the third guy living here. There was 3 beds, only 2 people.
Maybe
Jumbo
we
and
case the
old
joint.
guy.
What do you say we case the joint? We just keep an eye on it.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's going to tell us much. Seems like they can come and go as they like without.
Yeah, they can disappear into thin air. Apparently.
That's fair.
There's no residences around here, are there? It's
No.
just warehouses.
It's the
Wait a
waterfront.
minute.
Yeah. And it's quite deserted at night.
Hang on, you got something, Gibby?
Okay. I'm reading the poem again, right?
Mm.
Something is very weird about it. Okay.
What do you got?
So look, it's about a forest.
Yeah.
Mm.
He's saying, okay, there's a forest all around me, blah, blah, blah. I stood amazed, my toes upon the sand.
Mm-hmm.
Sand isn't in a forest.
Mm-hmm. The forest in its primal. That's true. It's not. Yep.
Yeah, and as I was
Right.
looking too, that arrow you're talking about, I don't think it's the line. I don't think it's the lines being switched. If you look at where the arrow's pointing from and where, it's pointing at unseen and dove. So maybe this has maybe a bird's involved, a dove, an unseen dove.
I don't. You guys are losing me here.
Maybe
I
I'm
think
just
this
reading
is
it
just
wrong, I don't
bad
know.
poetry.
Well, S, sand, pink dragon sand. That's what it stands for.
Pink dragon sand.
Pink
Oh my God.
dragon sand.
No, that's not what it stands for. That's ridiculous.
Sand, pink dragon sand. What's next?
God damn
Flying
it.
purple people eaters?
What could that stand for? Oh,
Honestly, it's the
God.
last line that's getting me
It's-
because there's this little dash next to it in the scribble. So it's almost like the last line is the most important one.
Or the mayor's kid fancied himself some kind of academic, and here we are reading the last words that he ever wrote.
No, I don't think this was the mayor's kid.
The
EDS.
All
as you guys are looking at it, you do realize that the PDS is kind of fancy, like somebody would sign their initials like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is
Not like
this is a pair of
not like they
initials.
were just making some sort of notation.
So it's not Pink Dragon Sand.
No, it's a name.
I was so
Well,
sure.
why do you
about
sign
that
your
one.
initials to anything? Oh, it's like an agreement, a contract,
It's a mark.
a mark.
Yeah,
Well,
you put your
an
initials on.
authorial statement.
You put your initials on stuff you want people to know it was you who did it. So either our PDS, well, hell with the killing, this may be a cult. PDS might be the head of it. Who knows? All I know is this PDS bastard got tea from this old man, drugged it in some way, or did this suicide hour thing, got 9 other schmucks to do it with him, including the mayor's boy and his friend, and now they're all dead, and he ain't.
Mm.
And our best lead, the old man, can disappear at will, apparently, and doesn't want us in his home no more.
And that guy's fast and he's super strong.
Yeah. That is a hard on the idea roll.
So, Bax, you're thinking all this over. What if PDS has an appointment with the old man tonight at 11:30?
Maybe 11:30 was an appointment.
That's why I'm saying we case the joint backs. We just give it a little time. I'll go buy a Stromboli.
Yeah,
PDS
yeah.
has got to be the guy that drugged everyone, right?
Yeah,
Maybe
PDS,
he's coming back again
PDS
tonight.
is
Maybe
the
he
one that
strikes
drugged
again.
everybody. And if he needs more supply, he's going to come here at 11:30. If someone shows up and leaves, we follow them to wherever they're going. We can catch him in the act and hopefully save some lives while we're at it.
I like it.
So, let's go get some dinner. We'll bring it back here. We'll get the cars someplace safe where we can see the action without getting spotted.
Yeah.
And we'll have ourselves a good old-fashioned stakeout.
Good old fashioned stakeout. I'll get the coffees.
All right.
All right.
Harry, Briggs, you prepare how you will. Me and Buster will prepare our way. Tony's.
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 Tony's original or famous Tony's?
Original. The fancy stuff gives me gas.
The one on Birch or the one on 114th?
Either one.
Okay, the one on 114th. Let's go.
All right. So you get to Tony's, and oh no, I've got a whole scene for Tony's knowing. All right. So you get some food, you get some coffee, and all 4 of you going to stake out.
I think so.
All right. So you're sitting there in the dark. Hours go past as you're waiting. You've seen no one coming or going. 11:30 gets there. Just about 11:30. You see a car. The car pulls up next to the warehouse on the side. You see a man get out. He looks like he's in, kind of a disheveled suit. I mean, he's hasn't bothered to clean it up or anything. So you see him get out. He walks right over to the door. You see him knock. And it's like before he can hit the second time, Fang Fang's opened up the door and he's ushered right in.
There's our perp. That's him.
Yeah, that asshole almost broke my foot.
I'm not talking about Jumbo. I'm talking about the guy in the suit.
Yeah, right, sorry.
Use these.
Maybe
So-
we just
ahead.
maybe we wait by the door and get him on the way out.
No, we'll wait for him to drive off. If he's getting the tea, that means he's planning to strike again.
All
We
right.
wait for him to get back in his car. We follow him.
Okay.
So you wait there for 15 minutes and nothing happens. And 20 minutes, 30 minutes.
All right, we're going.
Think you maybe he
Okay.
disappeared like the other guys did?
Now, one thing that you have noticed in all of this is that Fang Fang opens the door. I mean, you don't notice him opening it right now. It's that every
He's always.
time he always opens up the
Yep.
door.
Yeah.
Which means he'll probably open it up for you if you knock on the door
Right.
before he realizes it's you.
All right, Buster. I'm gonna knock.
Right.
You get ready to knock out his lights. Got it?
Okay, I got it.
All right. And Baxter will get to the side of the door. He'll give a nod to Buster, and then doot, doot.
Okay, you knock on the door. Once again, almost no time goes by. The door clicks and opens, and it's Fang Fang standing there. He looks down at you, and his eyes sort of go wide. What do you guys? You guys have the advantage.
Rush him.
Yeah,
Bam.
I rolled a 10 to punch his lights out.
Okay, everybody else.
I'm punching him too.
Okay,
I'm just pointing my gun.
all right. So you've got your gun out. You're pointing it.
That's an
Smooth.
extreme 05.
Okay, so the two of you punch him right in the face.
Bam.
He doesn't go down, but he definitely gets shoved back away from the door in the process. He also sees Gibby with the gun. Harry, what are you doing? Are you last in?
Yeah, I'm just rushing in. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think after Baxter throws the punch, he pulls his own gun. NYPD,
Yeah,
get on the
guns out.
ground.
Levantate.
Harry, what
Bastard.
you notice is that there is a chair that's right inside the door that seems to be where Fang Fang has been sitting.
Oh, he just waits by the door. That's how he's so fast.
Fang Fang you don't know if he understands English or not, but he doesn't seem to react when you yell NYPD, get on the floor. He just sort of backs up, recovers, and then looks like he's going to use some sort of kung fu move on you.
Yeah. I pull out my badge. I'm like, what about this? You speak this? NYPD.
All right. Use intimidate if you've got it.
I do. I'm actually not bad at it, as I say, and roll a 33. All right. That is. I'll use one luck to make that a hard.
Okay. Well, what he'll do then is he'll just sort of back up. Now, had he rolled something really good, he would have reached out and grabbed your badge and just went like that. But
And crushed
We
it.
won't-
That'd have been so
that
cool.
would have been so good in a movie. Yeah.
Big Trouble in Little China style. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's great.
But instead, he just sort of backs away from you and then stands there like, I'm not going to get in your
Right.
way.
All right.
And I motion with my head for Harry and for Gibby to.
Yeah, get up
Yeah.
the stairs.
We're
See if
headed
the
for
old
the
man's
office.
up there.
Yeah.
Okay. He looks anxiously at you heading.
I
in
bet
that
he
direction.
does. Keep your eyes to yourself,
Yeah,
big
don't
guy.
try anything.
Over
Jumbo.
here, over here.
So Baxter and Buster are going to stay with him.
Mhm.
Mm,
We'll stay
I
with him,
will at
make sure.
least. Yeah, I will. Bax, you go ahead.
I ain't leaving you behind, Buster.
All right, buddy. All right, buddy.
So you're going to stand there and hold your guns on him.
And the badge out.
And
yeah.
the badge.
Just
Okay.
Yeah, badge out, gun out, whole 9 yards.
So Gibby and Harry, you run across the thing and you go up the stairs. They make a lot of noise. You know, everything's echoey.
I figure we probably shouted all coming in.
Yeah,
here
I already
anyway.
yelled.
The element of surprise
Right.
is gone.
So you get to the top of the stairs, and the door to the office is unlocked.
Going in, straight in.
You open it up, the lights are on, and there's nobody in the room.
Did it again.
Well, there's still the
Curtain room.
Oh, yeah.
curtain room.
You listening, Gibby?
But before you go over there, the curtains part, and Ying Long Hao comes out, and he's like, "Oh, well, welcome back, detectives. Is there something I can help you with?"
Where's the gentleman we saw enter in here a few minutes ago?
He's one of my clients. He wouldn't want to be disturbed.
And he's a suspect in a murder, and you're obstructing justice.
Oh, I don't think so. He's a very gentle man.
Well, then bring him out here, and we'll see how gentle he is.
Gonna go into the back room.
You're gonna push past him?
Yeah,
Maybe?
yeah.
All right. You push past him. In the third bed, the room is kind of low. The light is kind of low in the room. There are some candles lit. There is a smell of incense. And this man is laying in that third bed. And as you come into the room, you notice something almost incomprehensible to you. There is a whirlwind or a bubble of some sort floating above the man in the bed. It swirls like a galaxy, and all of the light from the room seems to be drawn into this, and you can see that it flickers and reacts as you can see that the man on the bed, his eyes flutter like he's dreaming. And you can do a sanity roll because you can't explain what you're seeing. It's like a rift in the world, in the universe.
No.
Okay, do 1d4.
Okay. 2.
You think that
All
makes
right,
sense?
I'm gonna shoot the bubble. As an American, I believe in shooting things that are problems are weird.
Okay. All right.
Say, can you?
Go ahead and do it's point blank. You can't miss. You fire your gun. You're going to fire it multiple times. You're just going to fire it once.
I'll do it once and see what happens.
You fire it once, and there is a strange sort of sound because your bullet doesn't hit anything. Your bullet fires straight into the middle of that, but any impact is completely absorbed by whatever it is. It's like you're firing into a hole into nothing.
Gibby.
However,
Gibby.
the gun is very loud, and the man on the bed stirs, and he's startled. And as he opens up his eyes, this thing disintegrates. It disappears, and he's like, "What? What the hell? What the hell's going on?"
What's your name?
Well, Harry, you're in the other room. You heard a gun go
Gibby.
off.
Gibby. What's going on? Talk to me.
We got him, I think.
Yeah, I think as soon
You
as
two get up here. Come
Baxter-
on.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think as
you
soon as
guys also
Baxter
hear a
hears the
gun,
gunshot,
All
he
right.
just looks at Buster. Keep an eye on him, and runs up the stairs.
Okay.
All right, go through, McDougal. I got the old man. Go.
Yeah.
And the old man is like, "Why are you firing a gun?" we haven't done anything. The man on the bed's like, what?
Hands up!
Who are you? What the hell is going on?
I said hands up, creep.
What is your name? We need to know your name.
My name, Philip DeSantis.
DDS.
Yeah, and you're a prime suspect for nine tuple murder.
What are you talking about?
Baxter reaches into his coat pocket and pulls out the note. Your poetry, I assume.
Oh, well, what did you think?
Well, if
We
I
thought
found
it was covered in blood.
If I didn't find it as evidence at a murder scene, I'd find it annoying at best.
And really derivative.
But I don't know exactly what you're talking about.
Well,
He
Mr.
seems very confused.
I do a psychology on him.
Sure.
No.
Okay. He seems very confused.
Well, Mr. DeSanto, maybe a night in the slammer might freshen your memory. And Baxter's gonna go over and cuff him.
Okay. What have I done?
You're connected to the murder of 9 men, including the mayor's son. It was your poetry at the crime scene. You come in at 11:30. The victims were most likely murdered around midnight after you got this tea.
Does anybody have any drugs to plant on him?
Are you going to do this all here? Or are you going to take him out?
No, we need to bring him in. Come on.
Yeah, we're bringing him down. To
Read
the
him as
station.
Miranda's.
Okay.
Or
I'm gonna
Miranda
pat-
writes a thing back then?
I don't think they were.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That happened
probably
in the
not.
50s.
I'm gonna pat him down just to make sure he doesn't have any like weapons or drugs on him, anything like that.
Two things happen as this is going down. At some point, you take your eyes off the old man. You're in the room with him, but you're obviously, involuntary. You look over at this guy and like that. And at some point, the old man's not there anymore. And likewise, Buster, there's just a moment when you look up at the office, and in that instant, Fang's disappeared as well.
When I said the poetry was derivative.
Yeah.
Jesus, we lost the old
What
man
the
again.
hell?
Hey, Fang's gone too. What?
Shit. They
Shit,
pulled
let's
the
get
disappearing
this
act.
guy in. Maybe he can tell us.
We
a little
got the
bit more. Let's
perp.
go.
That's all that matters. We got the perp.
Well, you hustle him on down. He doesn't resist in any way, except that he's like, please, I'm
Shut it.
right. So okay, so you take him down to the precinct house, and you're going to put him in the room
Mhm.
and not give him a candy bar.
Mhm.
And what do you want to do? How do you want to?
Look, I'm worried there's another crime scene out there right now that he's responsible for.
I don't think he knows. I'm starting to get this feeling. This guy's he's
Well,
like,
Gibby, you were the first person in the room. What did you see?
He looked like he was sleeping.
And that's all you saw.
Well, listen, I don't know. It was kind of weird. I had this, plays tricks on you.
Well, what trick did it play on you tonight, Gibby?
It's just, never mind.
Gibby, I swear if you didn't use your nose so much, I'd break it. Just tell me what you saw.
That was a great line.
I don't know. It was like a bubble. This is a weird bubble.
A bubble. Are you
I'd
telling
say it's
me
not the weirdest thing we've heard.
I was
why'd
just
you
gonna say.
shoot at it then? I'm
I
assuming
know you
that's
guys
what
were going to
shot.
do this. I knew you were going to do this. I don't get any respect in this outfit.
Nah. We're not busting your balls. We're not
Yeah, it's
busting
all
your
right,
balls,
Gibby.
Gibby.
It's all right.
We're
I
just
wonder if
trying
this
to
guy's a
figure out what the
patsy for
hell
the old
happened.
man.
I
You
think
think it's the
you're
old man doing all this?
I think you're right, Harry.
He
There's
might
just
be.
too convenient of a plant with his initials.
All right. Well, if you want, Harry and Gibby, you can go out looking for that
I want
crime
to talk
scene.
with him. I want to talk with the guy. Yeah.
All right,
Tell me
all right.
what you were doing at Mr. I can't remember the guy's name. The old
Howe.
man's name.
Mr. Howe.
How? Tell me
All
what
right,
you were
tell,
doing at Mr.
tell you
Howe's
what, Harry,
residence.
Harry and Gibby, since you two are the more talkative types, me and Buster will patrol around town, see if a new crime
All
scene
right.
popped up.
Now remember, it's past midnight at this point.
Yeah, so me and
We'll get
Buster
a
will
coffee.
patrol around town. Yep. We'll grab some
Okay.
coffees, we'll patrol around, see if
Go
any more
back to
dead
the old
bodies have
tenement
popped up.
house. See if maybe they hit the same place twice, you know?
Yeah.
All right. So you've got Mr. Because of the news, I mispronounced his names. It's Philip DeSantis.
The same.
Okay.
Sanex.
Yeah.
DeSantis.
It's not the governor of Florida.
Yeah.
I'll bring him a cup of coffee.
Nice.
So you want to know what I was doing there? I was sleeping until your guy
That-
came in
do you-
and fired his gun.
Is that where you live?
Bubble. Who's with the bubble, man?
Bubble.
Is that where you live? Do you live there? And that
No,
where-
I don't live there. I've got my own place.
Can you tell me the
Um,
purpose of your visit then?
Look, all I know is that a while back, I have trouble sleeping. And when I sleep, I have really vivid dreams and I write them down. But
Okay.
I was, trying to research, the meaning of dreams and stuff like that. And I ran across this guy, Mr. Pearson. He's I don't know what he is. He just knows a lot about that sort of stuff. And he told me to start making a journal and write it all down. So I was writing this stuff down and he was paying me, and he had suggested for my sleeplessness that I try this drug that he gave me. There's some sort of tea. He told me where to get it. So I came here and I got it from the old man. And I've been drinking the tea and writing down my dreams. That's
So what, you go
it.
to
That's
the
all I
old
do.
man and take a nap in his bed and then leave?
Yeah, it's weird stuff. It's got to be done right at midnight and so forth. But if there's something going on and these people got killed, that's not me. That's got to be Mr. Pearson.
Well, then we need your full cooperation here. 'Cause I got to tell you, you're the only suspect we have in this.
I think his name is Alexandros Pearson. Now,
You
when
know where
he
he-
says that, some of you know that name. It's been in the newspaper occasionally. This guy is filthy, stinking rich, living here in New York.
Pearson,
Probably.
the millionaire Pearson.
Oh yeah. He's big place up on the top of one of these skyscrapers.
Jesus. What do you dream about? You said you have these weird dreams. What do you dream about?
They're usually pretty vivid. There's forests and there's hills and there's villages and
Like this thing you wrote down
rivers
here.
and-
This was your dream.
yeah. Well, I admit it's not very good.
Not
What's with
too-
this? What's with the sand in the forest?
I had to find a rhyme, so
Oh, come on.
But that's no one else appears in these dreams to you. Nothing, just you.
Well, there's sometimes there's things, there's sometimes it's scary. Sometimes I think something's chasing me. Sometimes I'm, it's just pretty. And sometimes it's
Mm.
dark. It's always like any other dreams. I don't know why he wants me to write down my dreams,
All right, I'm gonna
but
pull Gibby.
you are talking
Yeah.
about, you're talking about that tenement over on.
Yeah. How do you know this?
Well, I mean, I remember there was a bunch of people, and I mean, Pearson arranged the whole thing, and we were just supposed to sleep.
In chairs.
Yeah, there were chairs, weren't there?
You came here? You went to the tenement building to sleep?
No. I had a supply of the stuff, but it only makes
Okay.
you sleep. It makes you relax.
And
It's
so
not
what?
a
You went to
narcotic.
sleep, you woke up, then what?
I don't
Were you still
remember.
in the tenement building?
I honestly don't remember. Where's my lawyer? I need a
Where were
lawyer.
you just now in your dream? Where were you just now?
I think I'd like my lawyer. You're all going to lock me up in a nut house.
Oh, come on. Look, it sounds like it wasn't you who did it. It sounds
No.
like it was this other guy, Mr. Pearson, right?
Yeah, I don't think I should talk to you anymore.
Come on. We believe in justice, right? We want to get the right guy.
Look, I'm just a writer. So sorry. Can I make my phone call now?
Fine, do it.
Yeah.
Look, Gibby, if he's telling the truth, if this man is one of the most influential people in the city, you think this was a power play against the mayor? It can't be a coincidence that his own kid was involved in all this, right?
Certainly seems that way. I mean,
Well-
he could just go after who he had access to. And if the guy's rich, he probably has access to other rich people, including mayor's son, his friend. And then he
Let's-
just took some other people, randos.
Let's call in Cameron and McDougal.
Okay. Cameron and McDougal, you get called back in. Takes maybe half an hour to get back there. So right now it's about 1:30 in the morning.
All right,
Any
Gibby.
luck?
And did we come across anything on our patrol?
No.
Nah, streets are quiet. Sounds like
And
whatever.
get this.
Hmm?
Alexandros Pearson.
The millionaire?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Apparently he's involved in all this.
Shit gets weirder.
Yeah.
He was the
Yeah,
one
but
who
you know,
set the
that's
whole thing up.
You can't touch people like that. Those people like that, they got influence.
Yeah, it makes a lot more sense. The mayor's probably involved too.
Well, if he's
Oh, come
gathering
on.
up, if he's gathering up people by the dozens and killing them with,
He said this guy said he dreamed
Reasons.
about that tenement place, or he went there or something. He doesn't.
He went there and fell asleep there. Why don't we just put the unstoppable force against the immovable object? Tell the mayor Pearson was the guy who killed his son, which is true. And
well, that'll either lead to one of two things. One, either
Oh, God.
the mayor, well, the mayor may not do anything. I mean,
Listen, what if
not a problem then. If the mayor
he
wants
was
to
dreaming
sleep it
about
on the
these
rug,
places?
Mhm.
What if, you said you were going to take the stuff tonight, weren't you, Gibby?
well, it's too late now. It's 1.
Yeah.
He needs to take it at midnight.
I mean, how do we know if it's too late? I don't know.
But he can try it.
don't know.
Say we still got that. We still got him locked up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was making his phone call. Wouldn't talk to us anymore.
Yeah. Well, me and Buster are a little. We're a different kind of persuasive.
Mm-hmm.
Give us 15
Work
minutes.
your
with him.
magic. I don't want to know about it. Work your magic.
Well, he made his phone call about a half an hour ago. It took Baxter and Buster a while to get back. So as you guys are in the precinct office discussing this, the door to the precinct office opens up, and a gentleman comes in well dressed, and he says to the person up in the front, he says, "I was told that Mr. DeSanix is being held here."
Ah, you must be his lawyer.
You know Mr. DeSanix?
Yeah, we got him locked up. He's connected to a 9-victim murder.
I'm not his lawyer. He called me just now and said that you all were hassling him about something. I'm Alexandros Pearson. You need to know that Mr. DeSanix is quite mentally unstable.
In
Is
what
that
way,
so?
sir? Enlighten us.
Well, I hired. Is there some place where we can have some coffee? It's very late. I was sound asleep.
Yeah, we'll get out of the bullpen.
Yeah. Tell you what, Mr. Pearson, have a seat. I think interrogation room B is open. Take a seat in there. I'll get you a cup of coffee.
Surely there's something more comfortable than interrogation.
We're in a police precinct, Mr. Pearson. We don't get comfortable.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. So he's got his coffee and everything. He sips it, nonchalantly. He says, "Now, I hired Mr. DeSanix about a month ago. I'm doing research. I have a great interest in the Eastern and you don't need to know all the details.
Oh, well.
I asked Mr. DeSanix, who seems to be what we would call a sensitive. He has very vivid dreams. And in my research, I've asked him to do a journal and write all his dreams down. I've been paying him to do this. Now, you say he's been involved in what? Murder?
So,
Yesterday we got a call about a 9-victim homicide in an old tenement building. We go there, we find these 9 people, one of which was the man's son, by the way. This is a very serious case, Mr. Pierce. We go there, we find this relaxation dream tea, and one of his dream journal poem things. So it seems like he was there and he wrote down his experience. And if you're saying you are the one starting these sleep studies with these sensitives.
Well, yes, I am, but I didn't tell anyone to do anything violent.
Well,
I just want
apparently
them
you
to
didn't have
dream
to.
and write things down.
Well, whatever they were dreaming was enough to kill themselves over.
That seems preposterous. Why would they do this? Were they not all on drugs of some sort then? The only thing that I prescribed or that I suggested was a Yinglong Hao's tea, which relaxes you and puts you into a state of relaxation so that you sleep better. And
are you aware of these suicide hour rumors, Mr. Pearson?
I have no idea what that is.
All right. Well, would you mind coming with me to evidence? We found this large rock at the scene.
Large rock?
Yeah, it's a big rock. It's green and blue, kind of looks like an egg.
You found it?
Yes, it was underneath all the victims' guts.
What is it? What is it?
Yeah, what is it? Hang on, you know what this thing is?
I have a very interesting idea. You see, well, show it to me.
Well, hang on now. Now we know you're connected to this egg
No,
thing.
there's an old legend that there is sometimes, the oldest legends say that the dream world and the real world coexist, and that some sensitives are able to move between the two worlds. That's what my research is about. There's quite a few large, ponderous works that have been passed down from generation to generation. You can find some of them at Miskatonic University and at Boston Library and so forth. But some people have claimed that they were able to take things from one world into the other and back again. Most of the stories say that's impossible, but you're saying there's some strangely colored rock.
Yeah, it's about this. It's about a big, decent size
Like a,
pineapple.
oh, may I
roughly.
see it?
Yeah.
All right. So you're going to take him into the evidence room?
Yeah, I'll take him in to evidence just to show him the rock.
What are
Just
the
be
rest of you
careful.
doing?
Don't let him handle it.
Yeah,
I
I
agree.
know.
I'm going with, but he shouldn't be handling it, whatever it is.
I know the drill. He's only gonna touch with his eyes, nothing else.
Well,
But I'm going with you.
one more question. Did these legends say anything about rift to another dimension opening up above the guy's head before he while he's sleeping?
Would you get off the bubble idea, Gibby?
Hey, the man saw what he saw.
Yeah, well, what everybody sees ain't necessarily what's there.
Officer Segerstrom, are you perhaps sensitive?
Oh, great. You
Do you
I'm
have
very
dreams?
sensitive. I'm very sensitive to weird stuff.
He's
Do you-
sensitive in all the wrong ways.
Do you have strong dreams that sometimes come true? No?
Hey, I mean, everybody dreams, right?
Do you experience a lot of deja vu?
Oh yeah, all the time. You know, I've gotten slapped across the face so many times.
You might be quite sensitive. There's ways that we can tell. I can't do anything here, but well, show me this strange.
Yeah,
stone.
enough of the mumbo jumbo talk. Let's get to the crime solving. And yeah, I'll take him into the evidence locker and I'll show him the rock.
Okay. Buster, you're in there too?
Yeah.
All right. So they usually put evidence into crates that are on shelves. So you reach up and you grab a hold of the crate, you pull it out, and the thing is inside, the rock is inside. And he looks at it and he says, it's
Spit it
astonishing.
out.
Well, I'm not sure that I can explain it in terms that you would understand. Have you taken it outside at night?
Why
No.
would we
No.
do that?
Well, I mean, if it's what I think that it is,
What do you think it is?
what does it feel like? Will you allow me to touch it?
I will not.
No.
It's cold. Colder than normal things. Should be.
Cold, you say, cold.
Yes.
I think I know precisely what this is.
Well,
But-
please enlighten us,
Well-
Mr. Dream.
The only way I can be sure is if you allow me to feel the weight in my hands.
I look
Let
at
him
Harry.
feel it.
Yeah,
Let him
I don't
feel
know.
I'm gonna take it and put it in his hands.
All right.
For Christ's sake, Skippy.
And he
We
says,
have
he gonna do?
procedures, Gibby. We have procedures.
I proceeded to give him the egg.
and he looks at it and he sort of weighs it in his hands and he looks at you and he smiles and he says, "Why, this is the egg of a creature from the dreamlands."
Okay.
And
All right.
you open it like this. And he clicks his finger, and all of a sudden this crack appears in it, and this light shines out of the thing.
Gun
And
drawn.
He begins to laugh as he sets it on the floor and turns around to walk out. And
I'm gonna
This-
shoot past his head to try and make him just stop. I'm not trying to hit him.
do a
Firearms.
Handgun.
you're trying not to hit him, obviously.
Yeah, I'm trying
so,
not to hit him.
That's actually fairly easy. I don't know if you'd even roll for that. You're not going to accidentally hit him.
Yeah, I'm not
Um,
gonna accidentally go. Whoop.
You fire the gun. He doesn't flinch. He just begins to cackle with laughter as he steps through the door, and suddenly, coming
gone.
out of this egg, have you all do dodge rolls.
All right. 03 under 65.
Oh my god. Did I just roll a 34 under 35?
Oh, good one, Buster.
34 under 32.
Failure.
All right, two luck for me to
All right,
pass.
2 luck, yeah.
How about you, Gibby? I couldn't hear you.
I-
Oh, now I can
Okay,
hear you.
he's good. I got an
passed.
extreme.
Okay. So Baxter
Harry
and
failed.
Buster and Gibby, you manage to sort of dive for the door. Harry, you are trapped in there, and you are suddenly slammed against the walls as a full-sized hunting horror suddenly unleashes itself into the room. You are instantly crushed against
Harry!
the wall, and the building begins to explode as
Get
this
out!
thing comes out of the room. You can all do insane. I'll go insane. You can all do sanity rolls.
I
Except
I'm
failed.
assuming you meant like I am
Harry.
literally crushed, like I'm
You are
dead.
crushed. Yeah, you
Okay.
are just splatted
I'm
against
good.
the wall.
Got it.
Yeah.
I'm
I
good.
failed.
I fell.
Okay. If you passed, I'd like you to do a 1d6. If you failed, a 1d20.
Ooh, baby
Oh,
girl.
gee.
15.
All right,
Holy
I got a
smokes.
1 on that. I'm apparently okay with seeing.
You're probably
My
running
God.
for your life.
Yeah, I'm
Or
So Gibby,
All
you're
right.
stumbling along behind Buster.
Buster.
Buster,
I'm
do
insane.
a roll 1d6. I'm sorry, 1d.
no.
I'm sorry, 1d8.
A D8. Okay. Oh. And that is a 4.
Okay. You get the red mist. You just fall back and just start firing your gun
Oh
in
no.
random directions,
Oh no.
screaming violently. We'll let Baxter and Gibby do
A
luck
luck.
rolls to see if you get out of the building.
yeah.
01 again.
Oh my god.
Very good. So Baxter, you're smart enough to just run for
Yeah,
the
I'm
frickin'
just-
door. And Gibby,
I assume Buster has whatever's going on. He's firing, he's yelling, he's doing his thing.
Well, I rolled my first 100.
Oh
Oh no.
So you trip over Buster, who's firing his gun wildly. You hit the ground, and as this gigantic winged blob thing creature with tentacles unravels itself, part of it just comes down on top of you, Gibby, and you are crushed. Your bullets do absolutely nothing to it. And in a matter of minutes, the whole inside of the precinct is just rampaged by this expanding monster that tears the roof off the building and then flies off into the darkness. And Mr. Pearson just walks away laughing, gets in his car, and drives back to his penthouse.
We need Godzilla.
As
We need
the
Godzilla.
car drives away, I think Baxter's just shooting at it. Just,
Yeah, you've ran out of bullets. At this
Yeah.
point, probably.
Throws the pistol.
yeah, just throw the gun.
That's the end of our story. So
Interesting.
Very
Alex-
Yeah, I need to know the
Alexandros
whole
Pearson.
story.
Alexandros Pearson, a wealthy occultist and cult leader, he hires Phil DeSanix and continues to push him towards deeper and deeper dream states. The drug puts him into a deep enough state that he and his followers can get into the dreamlands. They then find this egg, and in order to bring it into the real world, they all cut themselves open, wrap their intestines around it, and then wake up. Of course, they're dead,
That's so cool.
but they've pulled it into the real world.
Oh, so their guts were like an anchor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
kind
It's
of
like
a
the Terminator.
A womb of sorts. Yeah, that's insane and
Yeah.
gross.
and then you came on the scene. The drug itself really is just a relaxant. However, Yinglong Hao and Feng Feng they're not really defined, but he is kind of a wizard. He really isn't violent or anything like that, but there's nothing you can really do to them. If they feel annoyed, or they just disappear
They go into the dream
Right.
world.
when you're not quite looking at them. And if you were to shoot them, even shoot them dead, they would just show up the next day.
Interesting.
So Fang Fang and Mr. Hao weren't intentionally giving the cult victims. It was just kind of happenstance.
Yeah, it was just Pearson knew where he could get some of this relaxant that
Mhm.
made people go into the dream worlds right around midnight, and that's it.
Damn.
That's fun.
I was feeling so cocky after the 4 on my D20.
Yeah. And then it's like, hey, I didn't go insane.
Now, a lot of the
Yeah.
previous groups had similar problems. The thing is that Pearson really had no intention of killing everyone in here, but you guys wouldn't let him take it outside. He would have birthed it outside in a field where you could have seen its full glory and not gotten crushed by its gigantic
Mhm.
size.
Fair. That's fair.
But
Yeah.
inside the room, there's no place for it
Yeah,
to
there's
go.
nowhere for it to go. Yeah.
But that is the ending. Yes.
That's
he
the
somehow
ending.
manages to okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if we had kind of diverted into this or okay.
What's kind of funny is every single time I have managed to get the players to let me touch the stone.
Yeah.
And if
Yeah.
he doesn't have the stone, he can't activate the stone.
This is
Well, I
Gibby's
was-
fault. I would like to
It is.
Yeah,
and
this
I'd like
is
to point
all
out.
Gibby.
Excuse
I
me.
wanted to follow procedure.
Yes.
We
I
were
was gonna-
supposed to give him the rock. We had one
I was
rule,
gonna say
Gibby.
if it was
Don't
if it was
give
like a
the
poke
crazy
game,
old rich man the rock. And
if
what
it was
did
a
you
poke
do?
game, I would have shot him. I would
Yeah.
have
Give
just shot
the
him in the
crazy old
face.
rich man the
That would
rock.
have probably worked. You could have killed the Pearson.
Mm.
Our players included Max Meltzer, Holly Buteau, Connor McLean, and Cody McInnes, with myself as the keeper of the secrets. We have a Discord server where you can chat with other members, you can set up private games, and you can learn the finer arts of gameplay and game mastering. We provide audio-only versions of our shows free for you to download from Podbean or iTunes. If you would like to help support our show, please visit our Patreon account. Just $1 a month helps us a lot. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel and punch the bell icon for updates on our latest shows. And leave us some comments. We enjoy reading them and answer any questions you might have. This is Thom Raley, together with all the members of our gaming club, inviting you to journey with us once again into the darkness for another adventure into the universe of H.P. Lovecraft and the Call of Cthulhu role-playing game. Until next time, good luck, good gaming.